미친 새끼 고장나.
그럼 빨리 열든가. 비켜.
좀만 이따 가라.
아 씨, 냄새 환기 좀 시켜라.
5분 전에 시켰어 빙신아.
야 이거 우체통에 있더라.
뭔데?
골드 어떻게 알아?
전기세 나왔나 보다.
전기세 한 달에 얼마 나오냐?
2만원에서 3만원 정도 나오는 것 같던데.
전기 좀 아꼈어 임마.
뭐야 이거 전기세 아닌데?
아니 뭔데?
사생활 노출인 채로 평생 살기 vs 올 노출인 채로 평생 살기?
에?
야 잠깐만. 야 이거
야 줘봐. 뽑기다. 뽑기다. 드디어 쌀밥 먹을 수 있다.
야 잠깐만. 야 뒷장에도 뭐 있다. 조회수 300만 못 넘을 시 다시 장복해모 합류.
아이 장난하나 진짜. 아이 요즘에 100만도 넘기 힘든데 뭔 300만이야 진짜.
아니 나는 열심히 할 거야. 나는 사생활 노출인 채로 평생 살기.
야씨 그러면 내가 뭐가 되냐. 그럼 나는 뭐야 뒤에 올 노출인 채로 평생 살기? 아니 잠깐만 이거 너무 벨붕인데?
뭐가 벨붕인데 황벨이구만.
아니 올 노출인 채로 평생 사는 게 훨씬 안 좋지.
그럼 네가 이거 할래? 사생활 노출인 채로 평생 살기?
아니 잠깐만 사생활 노출인 채로 평생 사는 것도 개해반데?
차라리 사생활 노출인 게 낫지. 올 노출은 아예 옷을 못 입는데 밖에를 나가지를 못하는데.
아니 사생활 노출은 뭐 얼마나 노출인데?
그냥 뭐 24시간 파파라치가 일거수일투족을 찍는 거겠지 뭐.
찍어서 뭐 인터넷에 올려?
그러지 않을까? 뭐 인터넷 기사 같은 거 막 쓰지 않을까?
그럼 뭐 집 앞에 편의점 가는데 뭐 그걸로 인터넷 기사가 뜨는 거? 네모 슬리퍼 찍찍 끌고 집 앞 편의점에서 컵라면 구매 이대로 괜찮은가?
아니 뭘 이대로 괜찮아. 아니 근데 이거 언제 찍은 거야? 이거 오늘 아침인데.
와 이거 존나 빡센데. 야 올 노출인처럼 평생 사는 거 그냥 밖에 안 나가면 되는 거잖아. 와 근데 이거는 진짜.
아니 근데 배달 금지.
뭔 소리야. 네 맘대로 이상한 조건 추가하지 마.
아니 안 그러면 내 거가 너무 안 좋잖아. 아니 잠깐만. 나도 그럼 집에서 안 나가면 되는 거 아니야?
기사 떴다. 늘어가는 청년 실업률 그에 따라 늘어난 네모의 하루 자유행위 횟수 이대로 괜찮은가?
아니 잠깐만 이거 이거 진짜 야 이거 사생활 지배잖아 진짜.
야 이거 개빡세다 이거.
야 바꿔. 야 이건 아니잖아 진짜.
와 올 노출인처럼 평생 사는 게 진짜 1000배는 낫다 진짜.
아니 만약에 1시간 동안 밖에 안 나간다? 그럼 바로 첫사랑에 수도검침 와.
뭔 첫사랑이 수도검침을 와. 누구세요? 수도검침이요. 아니 잠시만요. 저 옷을 안 입고 있어가지고. 아유 비밀번호. 잠깐만. 동금? 아니 사람 잘못 보셨는데요.
동금 맞지? 동금 맞네. 왼쪽 엉덩이에 하트점.
아니 그걸 제가 어떻게 알고 있는데 초등학교 때인데.
아니 초등학교 때 진도를 어디까지 뺄 거야?
아니 1시간은 개해봐요. 적어도 6시간은 줘야지.
오케이 그러면 하루에 6시간밖에 못 자는데 그거 괜찮아?
실례합니다. 동가 자고 있었어? 수도검침 왔어.
무슨 수도검침 하루에 한 번씩 하냐. 그리고 비밀번호 바꿨는데.
비밀번호. 너희 어머니 생신이시던데?
동구야 김치 좀 가져왔다. 우리 엄마가 쟤랑 새벽 5시에 우리 집에 왜 오는데?
아니 6시간으로 해주라며. 네가 늦잠 잔 거지 왜 나한테 승질을 내냐.
화장실에 숨어있으면 되네. 그 생각을 못했네.
화장실에는 수돗물 안 나오냐?
그러네. 근데 뭐 침대 아래 같은데 그냥 숨어있으면 안 돼? 숨지 말라는 뭐 그런 건 없잖아.
수도검침 왔습니다. 아무도 안 계세요. 수도검침 왔습니다.
깜짝이야. 그냥 하고 가 제발.
수도꼭지가 거기 있어가지고.
여기 수도꼭지가 왜 있는데? 존나 덥다.
더워 뒤질 것 같다 진짜. 근데 왜 우린 아직도 여름이냐? 영상을 여름에 만들었나 보지. 야 요즘 장피치 채널 존나 마음에 안 들지 않냐? 맨날 광고만 쳐하고 대본대로 해 임마. 그냥 옛날에 그 매운맛이 그리워서 그래. 여기저기서 채널 터지고 허구한 날 노란 딱지 먹는데 너 같으면 안 살이겠냐? 아니 아무리 그래도 욕도 못하게 하면 어쩌라는 거야 씨발. 이거 봐봐 이제 욕해도 전부 다 삐처리야. 봐봐 씨발. 그만 좀 징징대고 진행이나 해 이 새끼야. 야 너 왜 아까부터 자꾸 장피치 편 들어? 장피치한테 무슨 뽀찌라도 받았어? 앞에를 좀 봐 이 새끼야. 그럼 이제 시작할까? 오늘의 주제는 대체 뭘까? 그래 마지막이니까 열심히 하자. 매일 청소해주는 반지하 vs 매일 청소해야 하는 대저택. 아니 이런 주제에서 조회수나 나오겠냐고. 불알 친구랑 키스하기 vs 친구 불알에 키스하기. 이런 끔찍한 소리 하지마 개새. 아무튼간 너 뭐 할 거냐? 나? 대저택. 내가 할라 했는데. 근데 대저택이 얼마나 큰데? 뭐 한 300평 정도 되지 않을까? 그걸 뭐 혼자서 청소해야 된다고? 그렇겠지? 하루에 한 번씩? 안 하면 어떻게 되는데? 안 하면? 암살돼. 존나 극단적이잖아. 그래야 밸런스가 좀 맞지. 원룸은 몇 평인데? 원룸? 그냥 딱 살만한 정도? 하루에 한 번씩 청소해주는 거야? 사람들 와서?
그렇지. 그것도 존나 깨끗하게.
아니 이거 존나 벨붕 아니야.
대신 대저택은 삼시세끼가 60자 반상으로 나와.
오 그건 개꿀인데? 근데 그거 다 네가 설거지해야 됨. 아니 그럴 거면 그냥 차라리 굶고 말지. 굶으면 안 돼. 또 왜? 암살당해?
시원하다.
존나 귀엽네.
내 가방. 저기 여기 내 자리인데.
왜? 네가 이 책상 샀어?
그건 아니지만.
그럼 앞에 가서 앉아. 자리 많구만.
아니 화장실 갔다가.
이 말 존나 귀찮게 하네. 생긴 거 범생같이 생겨가지고. 병신 같은 게. 야 이 바보들아.
너 경태 아니야?
진수야.
여기서 뭐해?
나 이 학교 다니는데.
진짜? 이제 알았네. 근데 왜 울고 있어?
그게
내가 도와줄게.
정말?
개새끼 한번 해봐.
뭐라고?
개새끼 한번 해보라고.
개새끼야.
아니지.
개새끼야.
그냥 개새끼 하라고만 하면 맛이 안 살잖아.
개새끼야.
라고 해야 맛이 살지. 한번 해봐.
개새끼야.
Albert Einstein once famously remarked that if you put your hand on a hot stove for a minute, it seems like an hour. On the other hand, sit with a pretty girl for an hour and it seems like a minute. Then again, Albert Einstein never had to sit through 133 minutes of Amelia Perez, a movie so bone-crunchingly, brain-meltingly, bowel-emptyingly tedious, trite, overwrought, pretentious and pandering that it actually manages to collapse in on itself and form its own singularity of anti-entertainment, stretching minutes into what seems like ice ages and making me ask for like the 500th time in recent years, what the hell is wrong with modern Hollywood?
My first thought would be a lot.
Anyway, let's get this evisceration over with quickly because I need something to dull the memory of this film, like a cordless drill. So the movie is told from the point of view of Rita, an attorney working in Mexico, played by the always capable Zoe Saldana, who is by far the best thing about this entire movie. Anyway, Rita's far more intelligent than the dumb, incompetent men around her and has to spoon-feed them through their own cases in the middle of a courtroom. I know this because the movie literally tells me exactly what to think. No time for subtle inferences here, people. Go, go, go! Anyway, after helping an abusive husband walk free from murdering his wife, for which Rita carries absolutely no guilt or atones for in any way, she's contacted by the infamous cartel boss Manitas Del Monte. Wait a minute, Del Monte?
The man from Del Monte, he says yes!
Anyway, so it turns out that the man from Del Monte doesn't want to be a man anymore. He wants a sex change operation to become a woman and to leave his brutal past behind him by faking his own death and starting a new life. And for some reason, he entrusts all of this to an obscure lawyer that he's never even met before. Yeah, sounds like a winning plan to me, bro. So after dicking around for a bit, the man from Del Monte puts his plan into action. His wife and kids are told that he's been killed, Rita has a good cry for some reason, and the man from Del Monte becomes the woman from Del Monte, now known as Amelia Perez. Skip forward 4 years and Rita's living the high life in London from her ill-gotten gains when, wouldn't you know it, she happens to bump into Amelia again.
Fuck.
It turns out that Amelia wants to see her family again, so together they concoct an elaborate scheme to bring them back to live with her in Mexico, where she pretends to be a long-lost cousin from the man from Del Monte. And somehow, Amelia's ex-wife totally doesn't recognize her or suspect that anything might be amiss. Yeah, don't worry, love. This 6-foot-tall, 200-pound woman that you've never met before and just suddenly showed up with truckloads of money claiming to be a long-lost family member is definitely legit. No reason to question this one bit. Anyway, things are going just swell until Amelia gets a sudden bout of guilty conscience and decides that she wants to make amends for her past actions by recovering the bodies of cartel victims and reuniting them with their families so they can have some kind of closure. And I love how the movie portrays this as some sort of beautiful, selfless act of kindness on her part. Motherfucker, you're the reason most of these people are in the ground in the first place, you dick! Oh, in case you hadn't noticed, someone put a magnet on this movie's moral compass because characters are almost never held to account for their past actions. Like, I totally get that Amelia's started a new life now and in some ways sees herself as a whole new person, but I'm sorry, getting a sex change doesn't magically erase all the bad things you've done in your life. Anyway,
fucking ear on my character. Because what happens next is Cotton's ass ends up clawing into my fucking earlobe. And he didn't just scratch it. No, he gets his claw stuck in it. Now, I don't know if you've ever had your ear pierced by a cat litter encrusted claw before, but I really do not recommend it. I start running around David's living room in a panic while 9 pounds of fucking Siamese cat hangs off my ear. David's ass is over there like, heal, Cotton, heal, goddammit, stop it! Steven's flinging fucking couch pillows at it, trying to save my life. Eventually, Cotton's ass leaps off of me. I couldn't tell you exactly how or when, because I'm pretty sure I blacked out over the whole fucking fucking ordeal. All I know is I end up fucking covered in my own blood, looking like I stormed the beaches of Normandy and shit. My fucking ear, thankfully, still somewhat attached to the side of my head. Cotton's just sitting on the couch smoking a cigarette and shit. Yeah, well, next time I'll reservoir dog that bitch right off the side of your head. I'll disfigure a child. I'm not afraid of jail. I go home the next day, and my parents are like, Jesus Christ, Holyfield, what the hell happened to your ear? I don't want to talk about it, but I'm gonna press charges, and I'm definitely filing that fucking restraining order.
Alright, so I don't know if you guys ever played around with a chemistry set when you were a kid. I know it's not the 1930s. Chemistry sets aren't exactly all the rage these days. But growing up, my cousin David, he had a chemistry set. And for the record, he did have normal toys too. He didn't just have a bunch of toys from the Great Depression.
Hey, you guys want to play with my Tinker toys? I got this stick and a hoop that we can have fun with.
So we're in his room, and we crack open this chemistry set, and we're over there with our beakers and our test tubes, looking like a Nickelodeon version of Breaking Bad. There's all these vials of chemicals included, and we don't know anything about chemistry, and we're sure as hell not gonna read the instructions like some kind of loser. Look, I've watched a couple episodes of Beakman's World, alright? I practically have my PhD in chemistry, for Christ's sake. We can't even pronounce the names, half the chemicals we're using. Potassium pomegranate. Potassium pomegranate, yeah, that's it. Sounds pretty tasty. Gulp, gulp, gulp. So we decided to do what any kids would do, and we mixed all the chemicals together in one beaker. I'm not sure what we were trying to accomplish.
We're about to find a cure for cancer with this $12 chemistry set.
No, we sure as hell didn't make that. But what we did make was the color blue. Ooh, fancy. We're breaking some new ground here. Somebody publish us in a scientific journal. Ladies and gentlemen, I've gathered you all here today to announce that at our state-of-the-art laboratory, also known as David's bedroom, we have figured out how to create the color blue. Oh my god. They're geniuses! Somebody get them a medal! So there we are, standing there with our blue concoction. We're not really sure what to do with it.
Maybe if we drink it, we could turn into an X-Men.
Yeah, or maybe we'll get diarrhea for a week. Not really something I want to gamble on. So we get bored with it, and we take our stupid blue potion and just dump it out in the middle of David's driveway. Well, imagine to our surprise that this puddle of blue starts to stain the driveway. So David starts flipping out because his dad's gonna be home from work soon. He's gonna get home, see this big-ass blue stain in the driveway, and he's gonna lose his goddamn mind.
Wait, Dad, I can explain.
Because David's dad loves his driveway. His favorite room in the whole house was the garage. And the driveway is like the front yard of the garage. He wants to keep it looking nice. There's one time we were shooting bottle rockets down the driveway like a couple of assholes, and David's dad came out and yelled at us. But he didn't yell at us for shooting bottle rockets at people's houses. No, he yelled at us because we were doing it in his precious driveway. Oh, what the hell? Don't be doing that in the driveway. Go blow your hands up in the street or something. So at this point, David goes and gets the garden hose, and he starts spraying the blue puddle with water. But this doesn't help, it just spreads it around. Now the whole goddamn driveway's blue. Holy hell, David, you are gonna die. Your driveway's Smurf blue, for Christ's sake. It's a pretty unique color for a driveway. Makes a pretty great landmark if you're giving somebody directions to your house. So when you turn down that street, just keep going until you see the stupid-ass cotton candy blue driveway. You really can't miss it. So in sheer panic, David runs in his house and grabs a bottle of dish soap off the counter. Now both of us are on all fours in the driveway with a bottle of palm olive, scrubbing away like little orphan Annie. But this isn't working either. And you know why? Because dish soap works on dishes, not on blue driveways. It even says on the bottle, for Christ's sake. Well, what the hell are we supposed to do now? Maybe we can camouflage it somehow. You know, just like park a bunch of bikes and scooters out there. Maybe set the bushes on fire. That'll draw his attention, right? Nope, too late. David's dad pulls up in front of the house. We just stand there in the front yard, accepting our fate. David's over there. He's got a blindfold on and a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. His dad walks up. He takes one look at us, and then he looks over to his stupid aquamarine driveway. Then he looks back at us, and he's like, David and the boys, what are you guys doing out here? Nothing? You guys want some hot dogs? Yeah, hot dogs sound good. All right, I'm gonna make some hot dogs. And then he just walked away. He never said anything about the driveway. What the hell was that all about? You've seen the driveway, right? There's no way you can miss it. See this damn thing from outer space. What the hell happened? Maybe David's dad just didn't feel like dealing with our bullshit that day. Or maybe he just wanted some hot dogs. I don't know. But what I do know is David's driveway did turn back to normal after a couple of days. It didn't turn into some stupid national landmark like we thought it was gonna.
It's amazing. Take my picture with it.
So David probably knocked 10 years off his lifespan that day from sheer anxiety, thinking he was about to get murdered by his own dad. But instead, we got to eat hot dogs. Get your red hots. Talk about a happy ending. All right, first grade. First grade was a real bitch. It's your first dose of reality as a child. You go from kindergarten, where you're fucking off with Lincoln Logs all day. You got like a ball pit in the classroom and a goddamn twirly slide. Then bam, first grade. Concentration camp time. You're here to learn. There ain't no ball pit in this bitch, let me tell you. Remember that nice-ass kindergarten teacher you had that would tie your shoes and feed you vanilla wafers? Well, she's gone. She's dead. We killed her. Now you got this Gestapo SS Nazi officer breathing down your neck, teaching you how to do contractions and shit. And that is what her haircut looked like. Bitch looked like a Goomba from Mario. I just wanted